Hi, I'm Kelly from Green Bay Botanical Garden, and I have my assistant with me today, Riley.
And we're going to be showing you some natural egg dyes.
Now we've done some research and there's a couple of different ways that you can create natural dyes for your eggs. One way is to take the plant material and the water and an egg and boil it all together for about 20 minutes. The other way is to boil the plant material to create kind of a dye bath and then soak a hard-boiled egg in that dye for up to like 6 hours or overnight to give you some better coloring. And what did we find out?
We found out that it did about the same. So the onion skins are about the same color from overnight in 20 minutes. But others are very different, like the carrot greens, which goes from a bright yellow to a very invisible beige.
So we are going to show you the method to create that dye water so that you can soak your eggs for a longer period of time to give you those much brighter and more vibrant colors. So we've got some materials. We've got a couple of
Pans.
small pans, a glass jar to catch the liquid into, and some water, and some vinegar, about a tablespoon for every batch of dye that you're going to create. And then we need the natural materials. So we use some onion skins to get a really nice orange color. We used blueberries, fresh or frozen, to create that nice blue shade. We've got some good strong coffee,
Which turned a nice brown.
some tea, bags of tea,
An interesting beige.
some carrot greens,
A very bright yellow.
that's my favorite, and some spinach leaves.
Which it doesn't do too much. But if you leave it overnight, it'll get a little bit colored.
So let's boil some dye. First of all, we're gonna turn our pan on to a nice heat to start a simmer. Do you want to add the water?
Sure. And then we pour in the water,
And
the vinegar,
vinegar.
and then your dyeing material. And in our case, blueberries.
Get them in there. Awesome. So we're gonna leave that on a nice simmer for about 20 minutes. And you'll start to notice the water getting colorful. And the materials will start to kind of add their colors into the water for the dye.
And we've already started some onions, and it's a very nice orange color.
So once you've boiled your plant material, you're gonna wanna scoop out or strain out that plant matter. I'm gonna get those onion skins out of there. And then I'm just gonna collect all of the dye back into the jar. Oh, that's awesome. And then that's just enough for us to drop a couple of hard-boiled eggs in there to soak for the rest of the day, and we'll see what kind of cool colors we come up with. All right, so we have had our eggs sitting in the dye all day. We put the jars in the refrigerator because it's not a good idea to leave your hard-boiled eggs on the counter all day or overnight. So we put everything in the refrigerator, we pulled it back out so you could see the big reveal. And where are we starting?
Onion.
Okay. It's a good idea to have a long-handled spoon or a tongs so that you can pull those out of the jars. This one is definitely the darkest and the brightest, that bronze color. And we would have had enough liquid and dye in our jars that we could have put 2 eggs, I think, in each jar, and they would have turned out great if you want to boil and dye a whole bunch of eggs at one time. All right, what's next?
Cherry.
Cherry tea.
You can do different types of tea. See what they turn out like.
Yeah, try different flavors and different kinds. See if you get some different colors. You got to be careful when you dry them off because sometimes you rub the dye right off. So be very gentle.
Spinach.
Awesome. This one is kind of an olive green, kind of a greenish yellow color. And there's really no way to measure or no need to measure how much you put in, how much of the vegetables you put in. We put a good handful of spinach leaves, a handful of the blueberries. Experiment.
You can see with that egg, we rubbed it off a little too much.
Yeah, some of the dye has been coming off of this one from bumping the bottom and bumping the side of the jars. It's still a nice pretty blue. And carrot greens. This one is still my favorite.
Nice, vibrant yellow.
Yeah, it goes from green carrot tops to this beautiful golden color. And we did read that you can shine them up a little bit with some olive oil or some vegetable oil. Rub it on there to keep them nice and shiny. Coffee.
A good reason to do 2 in one jar is because they take so long. So then you can do more quicker. Because
Right.
if you want to do 3 of each color, and that would take like 3 nights to do.
Yeah.
So you want it to be nice and quick.
And have fun with it. Experiment. Try dyeing them or keeping them in the dye for different lengths of time. You could try different types of vegetables. You could use beets or purple cabbage. Boil some purple cabbage to get a nice bluish color. Even using like cherry juice or red wine to try and soak and dye some of those eggs. But that's part of the fun. Have fun with it. Explore. See what kinds of colors you can come up with.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Made for a good afternoon.
And it tastes good.
Oh yeah, now we'll have to go eat our eggs. So have fun, happy experimenting. Thanks for watching.
Bye.